ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Girl.
A very pleasant good day, curling fans, and welcome to the Archie Browning Sports Center in Esquimalt, BC. This is the finals of the U20 Women's Championship. My name is Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Chris Summers, and we have this matchup between Team Fitzgibbon and Team Bartlett. And Chris, we should be in for one heck of a game.
It should be a good game. Team Bartlett's had a heck of a weekend so far. I don't believe they've lost a game this weekend, including against Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon is the defending champion at this event, so it should be a great game to watch.
You see that first guard attempt did just nuzzle into the rings. So I'm going to try to hit it and roll into a corner guard. And this is Parker Rempel. And they end up just nosing it and leaving it right there.
It looks like Team Fitzgibbon's going to be a little aggressive right from the start, which is great to use this guard that they got sitting there.
Here's RIU, the lead.
Looks a hair light.
A hair light, and it's going to swing a little bit too far. So it'll be interesting to see what tack Bartlett takes. And she is going to come on in, utilize that stagger. Now, you see how much ice they're taking all the way at the edge of the 12-foot, Chris.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit more than from last night. We were seeing about 5 feet. Could be slightly different releases, but looks pretty solid. Like a good release on that. It looks like it's curling nice. So maybe it's just a tad more swingy this morning. Speed's looking pretty good. Very good throw.
And they're going to be able to drag it just to the full 12. I think we had a little bit of a kicked rock there, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like they sorted it out. Looks like it didn't curl as much as they expected either. So that still looks like about 5 feet of curl on that throw. So maybe they're... I don't believe Bartlett's played on the sheets yet, or I believe Fitzgibbon has. So maybe they're just trying to feel it out and taking a little extra ice on the side of caution there.
Here's the second, Ashley Fenton. Does just wicken that guard.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Sometimes, you'd rather be lucky than good.
You know what? Winning a championship, you got to get a little bit of luck every once in a while, too.
Anytime you win a Bonspiel, I don't care whether it's a national championship or your local toaster spiel at your local club. you're going to make a few shots that you don't deserve.
Good throw. It's pretty simple so far. They're adjusting to this quite well.
Look for a little pop and flop here. You pop it? Do you flop it?
Great shot.
Very nice.
Exactly what was called.
On my plane flight the other day, I watched Talladega Nights. Shake and bake. First you shake it, then you bake it.
Well, they made it perfect on that one. Like, it's still
popped
a
it,
pretty
then-
easy run back if they wanted to try it, but
This one is going to be just a straight peel. How do you feel about throwing a high center there?
if you do it, then you know they are probably gonna try and draw around. They may try and beat you. I don't think they feel comfortable trying to make a double peel. If you can throw a 1 or 2, like I think that's your goal, is to draw a play and try and force the play a little bit. I like it. The other option is to maybe go half around it, but it's still a pretty easy run back and double. So there's lots of options here. I prefer probably being a little more aggressive if you're comfortable with the ice and put the pressure on your opposition and put up that high center.
So
This team
here
has-
is Morgan Bowles.
This team has lots of experience, and I think they're pretty comfortable putting rocks in play.
This one has decent line if it has the weight. Can be just as goes shorter than they would have liked.
Yeah, it's hung out a little bit. They're going to play that little run now. And I'm expecting this end to hopefully be a little more simple for them. They're going to probably try and blank it. A little wobble on that slide.
Chloe Hidber.
That was a bit unfortunate. Now it's going to put the pressure back on them. Either draw around or tap, or even split it. I almost like drawing right around it, but I think it's an easier shot. But they're playing the tap. Nice little draw there. Makes a fairly easy double for them. They're trying to get a little bit deeper. The tap didn't quite work out, so it's a pretty easy double. Sit one. Better slide from Chloe there. Starting to curl.
And they make the double. Will it hold on the top? No, it does not. Didn't clear it either.
No, now they're going to loop around that corner or that center, well, center-ish guard. sit there too, put the pressure back on him.
Center adjacent. That is a ton of ice.
That seems like a lot more ice than I would expect. They're erring on the side of caution to try and get around the guards, but I think that's probably a foot or two, almost too much ice. That's 6 feet plus there.
I would concur.
And I didn't see it when they were practicing that much curl, so unless they're just trying to be cautious to make sure.
So Erin Fitzgibbon with her first in the opener.
Wow, this one is carving. This one looks really, really good.
So what do we know?
Yeah, they barely cleared that. I'm surprised.
It's actually going to come all the way out the other side. Oh, my goodness. Well, Chris, that's why we're here and they're there.
Yeah. That's why I'm not coaching this week, apparently, because I didn't see that at all. Unfortunately, it's peeking out the other side, so they're going to have a chance to get at this. I don't know. Well, they might be able to roll behind it. It does seem to swing a lot here.
We'll see if this side of the sheet has the same swing as the other side. Hannah Bartlett with her first.
I'm saying it's a little heavy by the looks of it, but they're on it.
On it hard all day.
Ooh,
They do wreck the guard. That's extremely unfortunate. Makes it a little bit better. I think that second choice is better. Come
yeah, I
all
think
the way
just
down to there.
yeah, bite the forefoot. Even half around isn't bad here. Make them make a choice what they want to do on their last. Probably try and hit the open one and try and roll.
So Erin Fitzgibbon.
Just a bit. I think they're close. Well, now they're going. They're looking a little light.
This does look like, can they keep on carrying it? Come on, drag it. Heads down, heads down. That is going to just grab a little piece of the ring. So it's going to be a draw to the forefoot for a single for Hannah Bartlett. Or let you play a hit.
Yeah.
It's whatever you feel more comfortable with, I guess.
Yeah, as long as you do nice quiet weight, make sure you stick around. You don't want to overthrow this and roll out.
So you're thinking like board?
I would think somewhere around there would be good.
If we have anybody listening in Scotland, Barrier.
I'm glad you can see that. It's a little bit wide. They're trying to carve it.
This is hot too.
I think it's okay though.
It just held on enough. It will be a single point for Hannah Bartlett. Fitzgibbon will have the hammer when we return to Esquimalt after this on Curling Stadium.
The Kia Victoria experience is a different and better way to purchase a vehicle. We believe that the more positive your car buying experience, the more you're going to love your Kia. When we say the right thing to do, we're talking about putting the customer's needs first. It's about being honest and transparent, both in sales and in the service department, and it's also about treating everyone equally. If you haven't considered Kia Victoria, I would say come see it for yourself. You're going to be impressed with the people that you meet and impressed with the product.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made with care, intention, and respect for the process. Every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
I'll check though. Welcome back to Esquimalt. It was a single point for Bartlett. It's going to be our first look at Erin Fitzgibbon with the hammer here in end number 2.
Looks like they slid through in the first one, so putting up the corner.
And you saw the last advert for the 50-50 raffle. That is going on again today. And get your tickets at curlbc.ca/5050 raffle. Give your dreams a chance and please play responsibly. See this one come down. We'll take this opportunity to thank all the great sponsors of this event, which make this event possible, along with all the other high performance work that Curl BC does. Our presenting sponsor is Best Western, and as well as Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving. Our platinum sponsors are Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op, and our government and community partners, the Greater Victoria Sports Tourism Commission, the BC government, Via Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. Thank you to all of those great sponsors for supporting curling right here in BC.
Ooh, playing the hit and roll, and it just looks like they got feathered in a little bit and flashed that one, unfortunately.
That's not how you drew that one up, unfortunately.
No. Just looked like she just turned it in a little bit and that rock took off.
I've never done that.
No, we've never ever had those kind of throws.
No.
Just luckily for us, most of those throws aren't on camera.
Yeah. We can stream every sheet in my home club, and people say, well, we should stream our league games. I'm like, no, we shouldn't.
They do it at my home club, thanks to Curling Stadium. I'm out of Vancouver Curling Club, as is most of the members of.
And thank you for your support.
It's it's great when people send me clips of things, usually misses and usually mine. So.
That's a great resource to have because you can film the corporate events and such and turn that into a revenue source.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. And we're using it for coaching as well. I get people sending me clips of their games and things they may have done and things they've seen, and I'll take some time to try and look at it. It's been a heck of a resource for us. So I highly recommend clubs to have streaming like of that quality. And we've had a really good run with it. So.
Chris, I'll give you all day to keep on plugging the company. Here's Jillian Evans.
They're going to put some more pressure on Team Fitzgibbon. The stuff in that peel, unfortunately. This gives them another opportunity to loop around it.
Look at all that finish we're getting this morning.
Yeah, it's even more than yesterday, I think. So this is looking really good.
And they lie 1-2 buried. So Fitzgibbon is probably going to hit the Control-Alt-Delete button here.
Yeah, time to reset. Trying to get yourself out of this end at this point.
These athletes are certainly too young to understand what Control-Alt-Delete or the blue screen of death is.
Kids these days still get stuck on the odd Windows machine. This one's looking pretty good. Right.
On the one, they stuff and leave a guard, but they do get one of them off the pile.
I think that's actually not a bad result.
I think
so. Nice to roll off the center, but they're going to have to deal with that one that they got in the wing there.
Yeah, so they're going to take it and try to pop and flop back in. Ideally rolled a spot where the run is not runnable. Oh no.
Unfortunately, they just got a nose hit. Not the worst result. It's still a good half shot. Got rid of that rock. But now, do you chase the one on the forefoot on the edge of button? I think you try to, and if you clip the guard, it's not terrible.
I think, yeah, I kind of like the chase, especially on the swing ice.
Yeah, and I like the other turn on this one. And if you chase it, and if you're a little tight, you clip the guard, and that's perfectly acceptable too. They're going to try and run this back, I guess, or just straight peel the guard.
It looked like the call was a peel.
Okay.
So putting on the banana suit.
This one's moving.
Do they get the one on the way? No, not really. Kind of massage it in a little bit. Opportunity to make a better guard now.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of thinking you had a shot to take a poke at that one on the edge of button, and that's the rock that's going to cost you. So you're going to put a better guard up. You're going to have to try and be cute with your next one. I know we tell the kids a lot, peel guards, and that's true. I just think that sometimes you have the opportunity to chase what you can see. Especially as you get late in the end. This one's looking pretty good.
Well, still room to dig it if you want to.
Yeah, you're getting really late in this end now, so you got to figure out what you're going to try and do you got to get your one out of this somehow. So,
do you play the slash?
I'd be tempted, right? I don't think going after shot rock's going to have a good result because they have too many ways to get to it. So, looks like they're just peeling again, running into the pile.
So on the way from Morgan Bowles. Trying to work it over just a skosh. And get one, get two. Still leave two in the rings, but it is open now. Another opportunity to put a pair of pants on it.
Yeah, I think if they're going to guard that again. Even top 12 is a pretty good shot. Put the pressure on Fitzgibbon.
So Hannah Bartlett with her first of 2 in the second. They think it's a little bit of a spicy meatball here.
Yeah, they're
Needs
definitely.
to find a set of brakes. Does anybody have any sand in your pocket? Oh, there you go. Good plan B. If you're going to be there, just get to it.
Yeah, a little bit of adrenaline kicked out a little bit hard, it looks like, and gave Team Fitzgibbon an out here to clear those 2 off the center.
Now, there is a chance you might be able to sneak your shoot. Yeah, you might be able to sneak the shooter into the blue. With this broom placement, what kind of weight do you expect, Chris? Stone coming around, trying to make this double and roll. They're going to get the double. Not much of a roll, though. Eli shot Stone in the 4-foot.
Now, job 1 was to get those 2 rocks off the 4-foot, so the roll would have been nice. But hey, it worked out okay in the end, so probably going to have an open hit for their 1 after this.
So, Hannah Bartlett and her band of the Merry Beige Hoodies with her final in a second.
We seem to be pretty happy with this. It seems to be close. Perfect.
Very nice. Now, assuming that red is off, you're just going to play the hit and stick here.
Yeah, take your 1. I don't see there's much chance to try and do a double here. I'm guessing they don't think there's anything there anyway, so the red definitely doesn't seem to be sticking on.
I forget what sheet, but one of these definitely folds us a little bit. So Erin Fitzgibbon facing 2. Looking for the hit and stick final stone of end number 2. Nice firm release right towards the broom. Off and on, the brushers kind of like it.
Looking good. They're carving it a little bit.
With
Perfect.
good reason, and she gets her single point. All tied up after 2. We'll be back from Esquimalt just after these short words.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Blood pressure.
Yep.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. We're at the Archie Browning Sports Center. It's the U20 BC Curling Championships presented right here on Curling Stadium. I want to thank you guys all for joining us here. If you've not subscribed to Curling Zone, please do. You see there over on the other sheet there, that is the women's final, which is also our other featured match. And you can pick up the commentary for that as well. They're playing for that hardware there in the middle. Always feels special on Sunday when that hardware is out there, doesn't it, Chris?
It does. It's something you dream to be in these kind of events at this time. You always want to play on a Sunday at any kind of spiel, and it's something special when you see the hardware sitting there waiting for you at the end.
Yeah, even at my club spiels, and we host some decently competitive spiels. But on Sunday, if I'm running it, I take great care in putting out that hardware and spacing it and making all the pins and all that stuff look perfect.
Yeah, it's something. It is a special moment for all these athletes. So, regardless whether it's the juniors or the women's, or it's something nice to be able to see that and know what you're playing for. So,
there's a good look at it right there. You see all the medals and the trophy. Awaiting the victors right now.
Those hearts are what you look for. Yeah, those hearts are what you're looking for. It's something you always dream of as an athlete. The medal is something, but the hearts is what's really special, I think.
And we're still all tied up at 1. It's Bartlett with the hammer throwing the bluestones.
It's a good overhead shot. Watch this throw. You can see the line. I'm trying to freeze up, it looks like, to the red.
This is Connor just showing off.
Looking good. It's looking good.
You can see right there it starts to take the break. Right about the hog line. And it takes that right turn to Albuquerque.
Yeah, it's great finish on this ice. The ice makers, absolutely fantastic job this whole week. This whole event's been first class when it comes to ice. So throwers can't complain about the ice conditions throwing them off. If there's a problem, it's on them. It's not on the ice.
People who can't swim shouldn't play in the water.
Yeah. So decision time here is. It looks like they're going to try and clear off that back one here.
Yeah, just a little jostle here, basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just setting it just a back tee, not overthrowing this, but.
No, this is not overthrown, and they pick it up right out of her hand.
There it goes.
Can they hold it well enough? Yes, they can.
That's really great shot. Change the angles completely, too.
Absolutely, because now you see that bluestone. That's a great picture of it right there. It's going to squeeze right out with any type of contact.
Yeah, it puts Bartlett on a bit of the hind foot here. They're going to have to figure out how to deal with this. And I don't know if that's the call, to be honest, but they're going to try it. Loop around, right around all of it.
being the third end, I'd be inclined to kick the can to the fourth, but
Yeah, I think I'd either rip the guard or try and blow that stack up in the house. This is an aggressive call, and it's going to be hard to generate your 2.
I almost feel like this needs to be behind the tee line to be any good.
I think so, and I don't think it's even going to get that far.
Oy vey.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little late.
And that is huge advantage to Fitzgibbon now.
Yeah, they put this rock in the right spot. They've definitely been chasing the rest of this end more so than they were.
So on the way from Fenton.
Ashley's been very busy this holiday season. She was in the U18 Champnshps a couple of weeks back with Team U. And I believe they're going to be going to nationals this year as the BC gets to send 2 teams.
This one's also a little bit light.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't necessarily hate where that wound up. Now they're ripping the guards, which is probably what they should have been thinking about.
Now you saw the time clocks in the background, and they rip the guard and they do massage things a little bit, open up the front. That's a pretty good outcome.
That's a great outcome. Everything gets blown off the center line too.
So it's a little bit different in juniors in terms of timeouts. Can you explain that to folks who might not be familiar?
So in juniors, you're allowed 1 coaching intervention per half. So the coach is allowed to interact with his team on the ice once per first half, first 4 ends, and then once per the second 4 ends. There is no timeouts. The clock keeps running during those interactions. In return, you get an extra 2 minutes. It's 32 minutes of running time for an 8-end game. This is in line with what World Curling is starting to do now with juniors starting this year. So Curling Canada has met the same rule requirements, just so we're used to it across the board, and we're not doing something different that they're doing at the world level.
And as a coach, what do you think about that?
The other big difference now is that you're allowed to talk to your teams between ends or on shot when they're not actually involved in a shot. So when the other team is throwing, you're allowed to talk to your skip. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's good to have a lot more communication. But I also think one of the great things of the sport is you have to learn by doing, and having the coaches too involved can be dangerous, I think, in the learning process. So I haven't played with it enough to know what I feel about it entirely. I'm probably leaning to more I like the old system a little bit more, but this is just a different way of doing it. So see how it works.
Absolutely. And every time we change things, you wonder what the unintended consequence might be. And to your point, that might be it. You might actually stifle the learning process as opposed to enhancing it.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm not sure. I think it's one of the things we try it for a couple of years, see how it works, see what the feedback is before we make a decision whether to stick with it or try a different system, right? So it is at U20 and U18. U18 has a little bit more interaction with the athletes as well on top of that. I think it is a learning process, so I think it's important to see how this works and hopefully have a chance to have your athletes grow. So it's a nice little hit and roll, but they've got a pretty easy run to probably get both these out of play.
And they're only going to get the one out.
Oh, that one's
Will
sliding.
they? Will they? Nope, it's going to hang around.
Are they sitting two, though? I think it's close.
They are, I would think. Well, no.
It's close.
Very close.
Gotta be careful. They make this double here. I think it jams on the outside blue, but they could be sitting 2 or 3, so. think they say they're second here, so you hit that one, I think it's a call. And if you're sitting second shot, I think you're just hitting flop over a little bit.
Trying to walk this one over. Makes contact.
Good shot. That's what they wanted to do. I think they need to try and take on the double here if they can.
Imperative to keep the shooter in the rings.
Yeah, you have to keep that hanging around. I mean, a double might get you a nice roll behind those two on the left there, so. You can see in the background, Team Bartlett's talking to the coach, Sarah Loken. That's one of the newer changes to the rules as well. And I actually like this. You get a chance to have a little interaction with your athletes between shots. As long as you don't flood them with information, I think it's a good little chance just to check in and see how they're doing.
I think that's the key point too. Don't flood it.
Yeah. They're on this early.
Can they hold it? They're going to get a hit, and that's not the worst roll.
No, it's not a terrible spot. They gotta make a play at it. Just looked like it was a little tight right out of her hand. Just slid a little narrow on that one. Now you can see Len Chong, who's the coach of Team Fitzgibbon, having a quick chat with his players as well.
I'll give you another reason why to buy a 50-50 ticket, Chris.
Oh?
We can get more money in the budget, so both sides of the ice could have printed signs. Go to curlbc.ca/5050 raffle or rafflebox.ca.
Not really carving this one. Oh, that's an unfortunate shot there.
So now I guess you just put a lot of separation in, right?
Yeah, I'd be tempted just to hook one, maybe even half around that blue on the left there, or on the right facing here. So they're going to hit it.
That scares me.
Yeah, the problem with this is you got to roll on, right? You got to be second shot. So, I mean, it is, if you do this and hit it, at worst you're giving up is 2 if you roll off. If you were late on a draw, you could be giving up 3. So I get the thought process a little bit here, but it's I do like the draw myself. I think Erin's a pretty good draw thrower, so
you got to feel like you can hit the 12-foot, right?
Yeah.
They picked this one up right away.
Yeah, I think she's still a little tight. There it goes.
It's got to roll on. Has to roll on. Has to roll on. And it
does not.
It's biting, but it's not good enough.
No.
A nose hit here will be 2.
Yeah, that's That was always the drawback on that shot. You had to roll it on. Just getting rid of the rock isn't enough, so I still like the draw, but, you know, Erin felt that she was more comfortable with the hit and roll, so I just think it's easier to throw a draw than a hit and roll more often than not anyways, so.
I say a good hit and roll is right above freeze in terms of difficulty.
Yeah. Well, open hit for 2.
So Hannah Bartlett. Final stone of the third. Looking to hit and stick to get her deuce. Just a little bit on it now. They seem to like it back and forth. And
Oh,
no! It skitters off the top, and it will just be a single point for Bartlett. She
That
has
was
a
unfortunate.
2-1 lead, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's been a battle of paper cuts here in our U20 women's final. Over on the other final, here's an update for you.
Yeah, it's Team Brown up on Reese Hansen 3-1, and they're into the 4th end. It's a pretty close game over there as well. So it's looking, right now, it's looking like Team Brown, I believe, has one sitting on the button here. So another close game over there, but we're going to focus back on our game here. Also a very close game.
And we were talking earlier about, the choice between the draw and the hit, and obviously ended up getting away with it with the unfortunate miss there. But both teams seem to have a little bit of an issue reading the ice right now.
Yeah, and it seems like the ice is changing a little bit on them. It may be getting a little bit straighter. It is very release sensitive. And you notice a couple of rocks are curling a lot more. And I think that's just because of how they're releasing the rocks. If you are not throwing through the broom and you tip it at all, it tends to take off on you and really start to curl. But they're throwing, this teams are throwing quite pure. And you're noticing that they're missing a little bit wide side a little bit more now. So it could be the ice is just straightening up on them a bit, especially on the hits.
It looks like we're lining up towards a relatively simple end here.
Yeah, I think Team Fitzgibbon is going to try and push it. It is an even end. They'd like to get their 2 in this end if they can. No reason to get yourself into too much trouble, but you want to push the game a little bit if you can. Yeah, they're thinking this is a bit heavy. Still good. I don't know if I like the guard quite that far wide, but
That's the hand you're dealt right now, so.
yeah. Well, they're going to loop in with their next one, try and put one top 4.
Hard taking a hair less ice than they were earlier, but they're on this one pretty hard. You see it just starting to come in now.
Yeah, I think this one's a bit light. It's close, but I think
Are they going to get past the guard? And yeah, it's late and tight. Right weight, the line was probably okay.
Yeah, I think so too. It is interesting. You're seeing in the game next to us there, the women's game, they are taking almost a foot less ice than we are, and I think it just has to do with how we're releasing the rocks here with these teams. It's just a slightly different release, and we're getting a little bit more curl in our sheet than they are over there.
Trying to carve this one over some.
Oh, dear.
It slides right by everything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked like a bit of a wobble on the slide and just pitched it out.
Yeah, never really had a chance with that weight. And
no.
Just got to shake it off and throw the next one.
Yeah, you're only good as your next shot, right? This one looks here late. It's looking pretty good, actually. If they can get it by here.
They're not going to get it by it. It's all over the guard. Well, triple's there.
Yeah.
Almost feel like
getting rid of 2. I think getting rid of 2 is what you're looking for.
Getting rid of 2 is a win for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ashley Fenton looking for a little bit of redemption here.
Looking better.
And that will kill 2. So mission accomplished.
Yeah, play a hit and roll, try and split the rings up. The force is on.
But if you do that, or I would think the next stone that red would have to be thrown, be a draw underneath that stone that the shooter.
I would think so too.
So by throwing this, you're actually manufacturing the ability for them to score 2.
Not sure what roll they're going to get here.
Yeah, I just clunk up behind all of that right now.
Yeah, I think that's the right. It's aggressive. I think it's the right call. I just don't know if they're feeling they have their draw weight in their pockets right now. So they're going to play a little bit more cautiously and try and hit and roll, which I think is a harder shot. But
I think this is a very hard shot.
They're going to use their interaction. So their coach, Lynn Chong's going to come out and have a quick chat with them.
Let's see what the voice of reason says.
And I know Len quite well, and I have a feeling there'll be a discussion on here's your options. You decide what you just think is the one that's going to work best for you. Len's a good coach, and like most good coaches, especially at the junior level, it's more about providing suggestions and guidance, not necessarily telling them what to do. Still don't think they decided after that discussion.
Yeah, they're definitely still between.
Yeah. I don't think they were sold on anything after the discussion with their coach. So, like I said, I don't mind this if you make it. You are probably settling for a shot at 1 at this point. If you make this really good, you might have a chance for your 2, but you have to get a good roll here.
Rolled this a little bit on the release, trying hard to hold it there. It's going to cross the face. No, not quite. Do they? Oh, really close to perfect.
That's still a pretty good shot.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to chase it, but I think that's a pretty good shot.
I didn't think that had a chance.
No, I didn't think so either, but it was well thrown. This is what do we know up here in the booth, right? So
yeah, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I know that we are warmer than they are.
Yeah, I don't miss not being on the ice as a coach for these events. I don't like being a human popsicle, to be honest. So this is going really early.
Oh, they got lucky there. Excuse me and thank you. See that again, Connor, if you got it.
Slid a little tight. You saw she kind of planted and slid a little bit tight to this, but got it back out. And just got it. Oh. Now, I think I'd go right around all this. If you're going to play this, I think that's what
they're sold on the draw this time. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they've called. They got to get it over. They were pounding this. It's not going to be buried, unfortunately.
Yeah, they pounded the curl right out of it.
Yeah. A little bit of a weight judgment mistake there, I think. I mean, this is one of those things where you just not quite sure what the weight was. They got on it early and it probably killed the curl a little bit. So
now, is that top blue a biter?
I can't tell. It might be. It is.
Okay, then. So Hannah Bartlett looking for the hit and stick here. I want to roll open a little bit, I would say, Chris.
I would think so. You don't not want to stop it there because it just gives them something to draw up to. Looks pretty good. They're carving it.
They're going to get a piece. They are going to roll on out, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think the same shot. Loop around.
Got to do it.
I think you got to ice this a little aggressively. You got to get it buried, and you got to be in front of the tee if you can.
Yeah, I mean, because if you wreck, it's not a tragedy. You're always going to have the open side to draw to.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you want a chance at 2, you gotta play this a little more aggressively in terms of the ice to make sure you're getting around that guard, but that you can bury it properly. If you leave it open, it doesn't really help you much.
Certainly want to have proper barriage.
Erin hasn't thrown a lot of draws, so we'll see how her draw weight is here.
Erin Fitzgibbon. They picked this one up right out of her hand.
Yeah,
there you see the line.
I don't think the weight's bad.
We have the wandering skip. Or third in this case. Can they get it all the way under? Can they get it there? Heads down, ladies.
Nope.
Negatory.
Little light, unfortunately. So Bartlett has the option. I almost go around and make them make a harder shot.
Yeah, throw the cold draw. You just saw the
Yeah.
weight not right.
Yeah.
Here comes the interaction.
They're going to talk to their coach, Sarah Loken, where to put this rock to make it as hard as they can for Team Fitzgibbon on their last. I get the idea of trying to put it top 4, but I really wished he kind of put it half around that pile of rocks on the left there. Just make it that much harder for Team Fitzgibbon on their last. That's what it looks like what they're calling. Just make sure you're around. This is one where you can give yourself a little more ice. Just make sure you're not touching the guards and not getting anywhere close to them.
So coach used that interaction at the last possible moment she could.
Yeah, good time for it.
So the coach can initiate the interaction themselves?
In theory, my understanding is that you have to call it from the ice. It has to be someone on the ice coming out. You can't signal it yourself as the coach. It seems like they probably just tell the official at the end here, hey, I'm calling an interaction here. This is looking a little bit hot.
It is starting to dig in.
If they can get this out, there's a... nope.
And it's going to hang around. It's going to be good enough.
Yeah, that's all they need to do. Draw for your 1.
And the force is on.
Yeah, a couple mistakes this end, unfortunately, from both teams, but good result for Bartlett, forcing Fitzgibbon to their 1.
So it just needs full 12 foot here, does Erin Fitzgibbon.
Just threw this draw, so she should have a good idea what draw weight is.
Final stone of the 4th.
Sleepers are liking it a bit more. She's suggesting it's a bit heavy.
I think it might be okay. As long as you get around the guards, you're fine. You're around the guards, just settle down. No problem.
Yeah, good throw. Oh, look at it. Breaks. Good.
Okay, good. All right, we're all tied up at 2. We'll be back after the break here on Curling Stadium.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Back to only one more. And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's the fourth end break here. We're tied up at 2 here on our U20 Women's Championship. Ice crew preparing the ice for the second half, redoing the slide pass and giving that chamois. Over on the women's final, it is Corinne Brown with a 3-2 lead over Taylor Reese Hansen. See that game occurring over there. Playing the fifth end. And that's what they're playing for, those coveted hearts to go to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Things that dreams are made of. And we can only have those dreams because of our great sponsors. Best Western, Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving. Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op, the Greater Victoria Sport Tourism Commission, the BC Government, Via Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. All teaming together to bring you great curling here in British Columbia. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Yes, yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh boy. Shot. Wheeling. Ahead of us all,
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made with care, intention, and respect for the process. Every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Can talk about them. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get the second half going here. You see, we're tied up at 2 between Fitzgibbon and Bartlett in our U20 Women's Championship. I'm Dave Schmel and joined by Chris Summers. And Chris, it's been a story of missed opportunities, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a close game, but I just think the teams are just off an inch here and there, and unfortunately, that's resulted in such a low scoreline. I mean, they bailed themselves out and got themselves close and keep themselves in the game, but it's going to be a chance of whatever team has a good end versus a team that makes a couple misses that probably will crack open this game for the second half here.
In the second half, we'll have Team Bartlett with the hammer. They're throwing the Bluestones.
I expect it to be similar to the first half of the game. They're going to be playing pretty conservatively. I would think that Fitzgibbon would probably throw up a tight guard to start this end and try and push the play to go for a mild steal or force Bartlett to their one and get the hammer in 6, which would be what they would really like.
What team do you think is going to step out and really take a chance first?
It's hard to say. I mean, I know both the teams. I know Team Fitzgibbon a little bit better than I know Team Bartlett. I think they both have the opportunity to do it. I expect Fitzgibbon maybe to push the play a little bit the second half, but we'll see.
And we're back underway, and here comes that tight center guard.
Yeah, about what I expected. Perfect shot, perfect throw, exactly where it needs to be. So Bartlett's playing conservative, looping in, trying to beat them to the punch to get to that 4 foot. Again, smart call. I mean, you don't want to push too hard. This is what they're comfortable playing.
Do you ever remember being able to bend like that?
I don't think I've ever been able to bend like that. So I learned as a kid to throw tuck. I do not throw tuck anymore because I am way too big for that. But I don't think I ever was able to get that low to the ice. It almost makes me hurt to see that.
I mean, that's like EJ Harden low.
Yeah, I know. It's impressive. Yeah, the ice may be tightening up a little bit. Didn't curl quite as much as they expected.
Yeah, always a little bit of a change when you come back from the break because the ice crew does a little bit of work on the ice. A lot of times you see draws drift a little bit deep.
Yeah, it tends to be a hair quicker. Yeah, also a little bit straighter. Good. I mean, that's a good throw. It would have been nice to stick around, but
So here's Parker. Good look at that impossibly low delivery.
yeah,
God
don't we all
bless her.
dream? Don't we all dream you can throw like that, right? Yeah, it looks like she got a little outside the brim because I was hanging out there again.
Well, you can. Well, you know, but she has an excuse. She's so low she can't see the brim. The rock's in the way.
Well, now it gives an opportunity to hit and roll.
Yep, going for the little pop and flop. Is Ashley Fenton. Working pretty hard to hold this one. Well, they like it. Probably, overswept that.
Overswept that a little bit, yeah. I think they're expecting to curl. I think the ice has tightened up a little bit, got a little bit straighter on them, and I think they missed it a couple of times that way. Let's see if they adjust.
Looks like they're getting ready to carve. Here it comes.
Yeah,
That's going to fly out the rings.
That's the third rock. I think now they've missed the same way. It is definitely a little straighter on them, and I don't know if they've caught it yet.
It's going to be who finds the winning combination first. But I would encourage you to find your own winning combination and buy a 50-50 ticket. Support curling in BC. Go to curlbc.ca/5050 raffle.
A little bit light. They're working this hard.
Can they even get it on the rings?
I think they got a biter out of it.
It is nibbling up there in the top 12. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they're not trying to peel it the other way, but it looks like they're just trying to go for the one in the rings.
They're going to get it. Let's see what kind of roll.
They got the top
Oh,
one.
no, on the top guard.
I mean, to be honest, I'm going to say that might even be a better result than going after shot stone there. Looks like they changed their mind on this. They're going to go around.
So on the draw attempt, trying to swing around the outside here.
I think the sweepers are liking this. Try and carve it up a bit here. That weight looks really good. Good rock. That's a good throw.
Yep,
Good
you see it
result.
there. Yep, it's edge on edge there, so it's going to force the run back.
Might be a bit wide on this one. Looks like she slid a little bit outside. Got the top one.
So guard shall return.
Yeah, anywhere in front, you bite it. It's not bad either. Biting the 12-foot. Pretty good. Pretty good result there.
Yep, they keep it moving far enough.
Yeah, I think it's the call. Peel that guard. Could chase if you wanted to. I think that guard's high enough you can get to the back rock if you wanted to, but I think the right call is getting rid of that guard for now and make him put up a better one.
And Chloe with the southpaw delivery. Makes the peel, rolls to a corner of their own. Good shot.
Yeah. I expect this to be going right back where that last one was.
Lather, rinse, and repeat.
Yeah, cut the ice down a little bit. I think they are realizing it is a little bit straighter than it was earlier in this game.
And Team Fitzgibbon a little bit tight on time right now for the fifth end. Generally doesn't get easier.
No, I think they are going to have to be paying more attention to that just to make sure they're on time. I don't think they're in danger yet, but I think it's something
You have to at least look at it.
Yeah. This might be over curling a hair. It is.
It does over curl by a good skosh and a half.
I think you chase shot rock now.
All day. Especially on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I think he can. It'll be hard to bury, so Fitzgibbon will have a shot at this in the last. But I think the idea here is you want to roll a little bit wide, roll away from that center.
So, Hannah Bartlett.
Looking pretty good.
Has it on the way.
Oh, there it goes. Nice shot.
Past the guard, no problem.
Nice shot.
Oh, just a touch open. Fitzgibbon's going to look to do that little hit and roll to put the force on.
Yeah, I would have liked to roll a little bit more towards the wing to make this a lot much harder. Unless you could bury it and roll behind, but I don't think that was an easy shot at all with the weight they were throwing. It gives Erin a chance here to put a lot of pressure on Bartlett for their last. So
So, final stone from Fitzgibbon here in the fifth.
they are carving this. It's a little bit wide. Not right on the nose.
It's going to stay right open, so blanket tent upcoming. So Hannah Bartlett settles into the hack, looking to blank this and carry the hammer into the all-important sixth end.
That's what they're looking for.
Final stone of the fifth. Haven't laid a broom to this, now trying to carve it over. Just need to make contact and roll out, and that you do. The blank is in the books. She'll retain the hammer, and we'll be back in just a moment from Esquimalt on Curling Stadium.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made, with care, intention, and respect for the process. Every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Other people. And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's all tied up here in end number 6. Bartlett has the hammer. Throwing the Blue Rocks here with the 2 hammer to 1 advantage in theory, Chris.
Yeah, I think they should have they are in a bit of advantage here with this. And I'm a little surprised that Fitzgibbon decided to throw up a center. Instead of just going into the top 4, because I think Bartlett's really going to push to score their 2 here, and 1's fine for them. I think he could have went in with this rock, and I would expect that Bartlett was not going to hit it, but they decided to put the center.
Yeah, this game is in stark contrast to the way that both of these teams have went through this tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, they're playing very cautiously against each other, and they're just on the wrong side of the inch a little bit here so far tonight, or this morning, sorry. And it's we'll see. We'll see if they can straighten it out. I mean, again, this rock's a little bit deep, and this is not what they were looking for.
Yeah, both teams during the tournament were averaging 11 points per game. It's going to take some work to get to that.
Put this in the right spot. Really puts a little bit more pressure back on Bartlett. Just see which team can get it together for an end. I think that's going to make a big difference here if we can get 8 made shots.
Probably all it's going to take.
That is looking very good. Perfect.
That is absolute perfection. So there's shot made number 2, really.
Yeah, first 2 are beauties. Can't ask for anything better from your lead to put those 2 rocks in exactly the places you called it. And those were absolutely perfect.
Lead position is so important to the modern game.
Yeah, I think people always underestimate it, especially in club play. You put your weakest player at lead. And honestly, I think you want to put someone who has a really good feel and really good ability to throw draw weight. It sets your game up every single end. If you have your first 2 rocks in the right spot, the other team is being forced to chase you, which is what you're looking for. This looks like another good shot in return. Very nice. So it looks like we're going to see the freeze game along the center line here, which is a few more rocks in play. They're on this.
Watching this one come on down. Need to carry it, but it also needs to curl.
Bit of a sweeping mistake there, I think.
Yeah.
The weight was good. I think they just needed to get it carved a little bit more.
Yeah, they brushed the line right out of it early.
Yeah. And it's one of the things I talk to curlers about, especially junior curlers, is sometimes it's better just to wait a little bit. Unless you are way wide on a shot, or way tight, give it a little bit of time, right? Let that rock work a little bit before you start jumping on it, because if you sweep it too early, you may kill that curl.
Well, I equate this because before I took up curling, I was a bowler, and when you bowl, it's been proven that the bowling ball would skid a good 23 feet out of 60 before it even interacted with the lane. And I imagine the same thing has to happen with the curling stone.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll be honest. I know we're looking at the science of why rocks do what they do, and we're still guessing some of it. But I think if you get on that rock too soon, you are holding it out there a little bit longer. This looks like it might be over curling a little bit. Pretty good shot though.
That's not bad. I'm not going to throw that one out of bed for eating crackers.
No, that's a great shot. It's got them surrounded. It's put Team Fitzgibbon in a bit of a pickle here. I'd almost want to come the other way at this, I think, and freeze in between the two.
I like that shot.
Yeah, or freeze tap.
Yeah, because if you rub off of those two on the right side as we're looking at it, it's not going to roll to a happy spot for you.
No, I actually like this turn a little bit better. I think coming in there and getting into that pocket or a little bit onto nose is what you're looking for. Even if you get the angle dead nose on that blue, I think it's actually really good for you later on this end. You're setting up right now. You're trying to set this up for your last 3 or 4 shots. So a little bit heavy, but I think it's close. Back and forth the sweepers are going. That's interesting.
That's word for it.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I'm not sure if that's... Rocks are in good spots for both teams right now, so it just depends on where you can put your next one, right? It's interesting to watch this end. Teams have decided to go on a little bit harder at this and put a few more rocks in play.
If I'm Bartlett, I'm throwing an out-turn draw kind of in the middle of that crevice.
I think so. They're throwing the in to try and tap that bread, maybe. I'm not sure where they're trying to put this rock on this shot. It's definitely heavy.
They're taking a mile of ice, though, so it might catch some frost.
I think it's not bad. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a guard.
And based on the lack of brushing, it's what they wanted.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's going to help them. That guard's pretty high. I think you can play that little tap if you want and sit your 2. You can get to there. The problem I have with that, I don't think it really helps you that much because they're going to be able to pop you out and pop the back red off.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the tap.
I like this tap here.
Not in love with that. Be a good time for a coach's interaction.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those times where you don't know. It's a critical point, but do you want to have your one interaction now? You got 3 more ends, 2.5 more ends to go.
I don't know. This end looks like the game right now.
I think so. I think this end's going to be the make or break for both teams. I really like... You can either... The peel of the guard's not bad. You get this right, you might be able to even drive your red into that pile too, so... Oh, interaction. They decided to have this little chat. Yeah, you had the right call here, but this is it for them. There's no more interaction, so it's gonna be a lot of interesting decisions here. I don't know if you can get around that high guard to tap that red into that pocket there.
I think he can.
I think you can too. I don't know if going after that blue is going to help you much. They're looking at it. They're going to
throw a guard.
Okay, that's not. If you make this right, it's okay. The problem is that you can probably run the red into that pile and still sit two. I'm not sure about this. This is an interesting call.
So the guard is on the way. We'll see how it works out, Chris.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few shots. This guard should be fairly tight. I don't think you want it too high.
Well,
and I think that's way too high, to be honest. I think you can get to that rock. It's in a good spot, though. Actually, it's a little bit. Yeah, maybe not. That's probably a good spot for it. I just wonder if you could run the red into it. Center red.
Well, I think if you're Team Bartlett, that's your last shot.
Yeah, I think you just gotta be aware of it if your team Fitzgibbon that's an option.
And also, I think you could throw hack weight around that guard that was just thrown on your blue.
Yeah, I think so. If you get
that, might potentially be for 3 right now.
Yeah, it is swingy, so I think you can get to it. It doesn't look like a great shot to throw, but I think it's actually easier than it looks. So they're trying to take away this option here from Fitzgibbon, a little slash. I don't know if this made it easier or not.
Just gave him a target.
Yeah, I honestly think that makes it easier.
Oh, all day.
Yeah.
Fitzgibbon's calling it immediately.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy shot. You don't have to throw it hard, just to tap, push that blue back and nestle in there, and I think you've taken this end away completely.
Taking the time to line it up. See, about 9 minutes left in their clock.
Yeah, they are going to have to be a little bit quicker.
That's going to be a thing. I don't disagree with using time now, but
yeah, you want about 3:45 or so an end, and maybe even a bit more later in the game because they get complicated, and they are a little tight for time now.
Big shot here.
Yeah, this is important. This might be the game right here if you make this perfect.
It's the stone from Bowles. Hits it, taps it up, moves it in there, and they lie 1, 2, and maybe even 3.
Hey, that's a great shot.
See that again.
Yeah, that was the risk of putting that rock a little bit too tight there, and it just made it easier for them to do this, right? Morgan throws a beauty, perfect shot. I don't think you could ask for a better result here. Now they have the option with the raising the blue onto red, but I don't think that's going to help them get shot. Look at this. It's really now put a little bit of pressure back on Bartlett.
You betcha. So do you bomb the center red back and try to blow it up some just to give it some breathing room?
I don't see anything easier, to be honest. There's the race either side with your blue, but I don't think it actually gets you shot rock, and then they're going to cap. I mean, you could try to. That's tough.
You're not going to be shot after this stone ever.
No. No, and that's why rock placement on your is so important. And if you just don't have it in quite the right spot, it just gives you an opportunity to the other team, right? So I think that they just made a bit of a mistake on that last one of theirs.
Yeah, I think you got to throw a heater down the middle, Chris.
I think so too. And I think that's what's called. Right? They're gonna try and blow it up. If you get it off a little bit off nose, you might get two of them moving.
So on the way from Chloe, this one already moving.
Yeah, this is curling early. Uh-oh.
You're going to have to work this one hard to hold it. Hard to hold it and run it back. Oh, they hit their own on the way by. Get a little bit fortunate. Excuse me and thank you.
Yeah, a little lucky on that one. It just looks like she feathered it in on release a little bit. Slid a little tight, and there it goes. And that's got lucky here. Got a good result out of that, but I think that rock's accessible.
Oh, sure.
Let's see what it looks like. I think you can get around that and just plunk it in there and sit three and really.
No reason not to do. Well,
they're going to draw. Okay. I'd almost want to throw a little bit more than draw weight at this. But. And they are looking at the clocks now. I think they're aware that they are a little tight on time.
This has been a very complicated end.
Yeah.
By a combination of made shots and, well, some that weren't.
Yeah. Yeah. And some that were made, and I think that just weren't made in the right spot. There was a shot call, but just that wasn't a good result in the end. So part of the learning experience.
First of two for Fitzgibbon.
They're liking this, I think.
It's tracking out there.
Now they're going.
Now it's got the line. Does it have the right weight? Want to be on the inside of it, all the way down to it. Come on.
Get shot out of it. Oh, I think they got it.
Yes, you did. They lie 1 and 2.
That's
great
really
stone,
good.
great judge.
And now the run back on that center red all jams all day on that blue. So this is great placement of this rock. This is really going to put the pressure on Bartlett.
Well, we were waiting for some well-made shots. That's one right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And are they calling the draw, the tap? They're probably try to wedge that one across, you think?
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see what other options they have, really.
Man, if you ever mess this up.
Yeah, you're in serious trouble. You could be giving up 4. Pressure's on. This is why you have your skips the skip, right? That's why they get paid the big bucks.
You got to put on your big skip pants, and here you go.
Yeah. Hannah's capable, so we'll see what she gets out of this one.
So Hannah Bartlett with a key shot here has to dig her team out. Be really delicate, require the whole team to have the line, the weight, just to chisel their rock under.
They're not hating this. There we go.
Now, can they hold the line? Can they hold the line well enough? Does it have enough weight, though? No, it had the line all day, but never the weight.
And that takes away that little tap that they had there. So I think you got to make a decision here fairly quickly. They are short on time. I think you just
throw a guard.
I think you just loop one somewhere in the front there, and
right around like the
the
Victoria logo.
Yeah, that's good.
Or Bel Air Direct, that's fine too.
Anywhere in that path. You're sitting 2 right now. You're in a huge advantage here. So
I'm trying to draw up a way for Blue to even score.
I don't even think there is a plan. I think you just take your lumps there.
Erin Fitzgibbon with her final in the 6th, trying to put a padlock on this steal.
They're in a different path. They're way out in the weeds here, so this rock might be a little bit slower in terms of weight. The path might be a little slower, so make sure you get it there. Hopefully the sweepers are seeing that.
This line's probably fine.
Yeah, I think it's okay. You would have liked it a hair deeper, but I don't think there's a shot there, really. I mean, I think everything you do here jams. I really don't see a shot.
Yeah, I don't think... they're going to try to chisel it in again.
I don't see how you do that.
Because they can see a 64th of the stone.
I think the risk here is if you do this wrong, you bring that other red rock on the left into play. So you got to be careful. But there's nothing else.
Holy difficult, Batman.
Yep.
So Hannah Bartlett looking to put a keep on here. Final stone of the 6 she's facing 2. Past the guards, no problem. Now, you got to make contact with the back one and push it in. Can you carve it over far enough? No. And it's a steal of 2 for Fitzgibbon.
That's a huge end.
That's huge, and that's going to take a 4-2 advantage as we head to the 7th end. Bartlett will have a chance to recover in just a moment when we return.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Well, and welcome back to Esquimalt, BC. It's Fitzgibbon with a big steal of 2 to have a 2-stone lead over Team Bartlett. I'm Dave Schmelt, joined by Chris Summers. Connor Sims is our magical producer this morning. Thank you all for joining us for this U20 women's final.
We're in for a good finish, I think, here. I think there'll be some pressure on for time, especially for Team Fitzgibbon. I don't think they really have the time they are used to having, so they're going to have to be a little quicker getting this done here. That may result in a few mistakes and a few rush decisions, so we'll see how this turns out. That was a huge steal back in 6 for Team Fitzgibbon.
Huge.
Huge. Changes this game quite a bit. Sometimes when I've coached juniors, I actually prefer them not thinking too much. They know what to do. Just go out there and throw, right? Get close. Actually, you get good results that way quite often. So maybe the time won't be as big of a concern, but we'll see.
Especially as, somebody who sits up in the booth for a lot of games. It's amazing how many times that after a timeout, the original call is the one that they go to.
Yeah, exactly. I know I've done a fair bit of high performance work in the last few years, and one of the things I tell a lot of kids is don't think so much, just trust yourself. Get out there and make the call and throw the rock, right? So this one is taking off on them.
They're just going to get a piece of it, and that's an unfortunate half shot there.
Time to stick another one right in the pile there. Get late in the game, you think you're a little rushed for time. You're getting a little concerned. You start making a few mistakes in your process sometimes. I think again, it's just you think too much about it, and that's where you get yourself into trouble. But this looks like a good rock so far. It's not a bad result here either.
Yeah, really, the whole end turned on that incredible draw in the sixth.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Erin, and it really put the pressure on.
Really, from that point on, there wasn't a shot.
No, I don't think there was. You had to make that little slash tap almost to try to get a shot at one. And that's such a hard shot to make. So, it just shows you critical time, critical shot. Next thing you know, there's not much you can do. Even, at that 1 in 10 or 1 in 100 shot, it's so hard to make.
Yeah, it's very rare that without hammer on your first skip stones that you can actually lock it. That she did.
Well, 2 more ends to go. It's only a 2-point difference right now, so game's still pretty close.
And who knows, we may be on the verge of an offensive explosion.
I expect more rocks in play. This is a great draw.
That's a fantastic draw. Look at that.
Yeah, I think you just sit one right on top of it. I think they overthink this a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the call. If you tap it, it's not bad, but that's the call.
You'll be sitting there under your own cover.
You freeze to that front. It really puts a lot of pressure back on Bartlett to do something here. So they're going to have to peel that guard. And
I used to know a coach that would say, when in doubt, just throw one on top of the other guy's rack.
yeah, it's not a bad decision here. This unfortunately is a bit light. The tolerance was to be a little bit heavy on this one. So this is giving Bartlett an opportunity to come around again, probably the intern side or the left side through and sit 2. And now the pressure goes back onto Team Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, and then they're going to have to start running their own in.
Yeah.
But this has to be made first. And if it's not made, if it's ever short, you might see Team Fitzgibbon start guarding.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you might just be okay with where you're at on this end. So giving up a 1 here is exactly what they want. Having hammer with the lead going into the 8 is something that every team dreams of.
It doesn't suck.
It does not. You are statistically at an advantage for sure. This one's a little heavy and it's hanging out
that's
there.
That's going to wreck.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's see if the guards start coming now. That's what I'm calling, Chris.
I'm almost tempted to sneak one in there too, to be honest. Go right around there and sit right there. Right? I think that's not a bad option.
Great shot if you make it.
Yeah, and I think it's easier than it looks. It just depends whether they're comfortable with that or not. But they've got to make a decision quickly here. This is they don't have a huge amount of time. This is where you get yourself into troubles when you sit there and be way too indecisive. I do not like that call. I do not like the tap. I think that rock's in such a good place for you to leave it. But that's what they're calling.
That is probably my least favorite call on the sheet right now.
It's a hard shot to make. You have to make it really well. I think there may even be too much ice for this shot. But
then maybe they're just going to guard in front of it.
I really, really like going the intern draw around the other way. But
this one looks heavy.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go around it.
So
yeah, I thought that was too much ice for the weight called.
Make sure you get around this one too, though.
Interesting.
Indeed.
I think there's a little bit of a bump on the rock in the center, so I don't think anyone noticed it.
Technical timeout.
Yeah, they're just going to make sure. I think she just tapped it over a little bit to the left, maybe an inch. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well,
they didn't see it. Show the replay. Maybe they can see this. Yeah, I don't think it's much of a tap.
Here's Connor on the spot.
Yeah, you just see she kind of stepped over this and so like I said, maybe an inch.
Yeah, she moved to Scotia and a half.
Yeah, so little bump, not the end of the world.
All right, time is back in.
I think if you're blue, you're almost tempted to blow up that center. You have a pretty good shot to get two, no matter what they do on red. If they even freeze in that pocket, that's the only thing they would have.
They're looking at the draw.
It's a hard draw, hard place to get in there. Maybe you might be able to get to bite the edge button, which would be really great. That would be second shot, which is what you're looking for.
So can they get through that port?
Looking a little tight. They're working this hard.
They're going to have to hustle. Oh, no. Can't do that.
Oh, that puts a huge opportunity now for Fitzgibbon to weld one on there. There shouldn't even be a thought process here. There should be, no. I almost just stick one in there. The run's okay if you make it. That's not bad either, but...
Well, you save that in case they ever get one in there, because it's never going away.
I'd almost always draw here. Right?
Yes.
I mean, if you want to do the run, that's fine. I just don't know if that's the right call. I mean, you hit it anywhere, you're probably fine on that front one. But again, this is a decision that should be made fairly quickly. And I know Erin, she actually works for me at Vancouver Curling Club. As one of our coaches and our junior coordinators. So I will be talking to her about pace of play and decision making maybe later. I'm sure her coach will. I'm sure her coach will be doing the same. Len's very, very proactive on that, and I'm sure they'll be going over this. So they hit this anywhere. This could be a good shot. I think they're welded there.
Bang bang. Okay, that a good outcome?
Their shot, I think. It's not a bad result, but I think if they peel this guard, they're guarding for their lives to not give up a 2, then get both these rocks out of play.
peel these, if you're throwing red, do you ever just blast the blue out?
Yeah, if you can get to it.
Well, you're not going to do it, so.
I'm not doing it now, right?
Okay.
I mean,
I like drawing on top of yours.
I like that too. I think right now you kind of have to. A little tap's fine too, but I think the runs really is there for them to sit too. So I think you have to play the draw around and just take that run away. I don't know what they're looking at here.
Don't look at that anymore.
I think they're
There you go,
overthinking all of it. And they're maybe guarding with the ice they're taking. That's a lot of ice. I think that's way too much ice.
Well, they got the broom way over there in Regina.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not sure if it's swinging that much. I think they need a little less ice if they're trying to loop it around.
As long as they get under the stone that can be run, it's not terrible.
They really need to get around this, and even if they're light and get half around that center blue, that's fine. She's a little narrow on this one. This one's looking okay.
It is a straight guard.
I don't know if that's helpful or not. Maybe a little bit. I still think the run's pretty easy.
I think regardless is what you have to throw.
Yeah, I just like going on the other side of that. I like actually going top 12, top 8 with this one, and it makes it this run. You're not running the blue in it anymore. You're running the red in, which is an advantage for you. So not bad. I think the result's not a bad one. I just think that you're now still giving him a shot out of this to sit 2. You get this right. I think you hit it just a hair on the high side here to the broom side. Doesn't seem like a lot of ice for what they're doing. They don't need to throw it super hard either.
So Hannah Bartlett, big shot here in the 7th.
I actually think this is pretty good. I think this is where you want to hit it.
Looks really good. Pushes it back, shows it back. And they lie 1st and 3rd.
See, that was always the thing I was a little bit worried about, not going around that blue. So great shot. They are sitting 1, but I think you need to take away any shot for 2.
Well, you see the stagger in the front, so there's no direct run.
I think you just guard it, plug the port. They're going to have to run a red, which is fine. I think you just plug the port, and I think if you go in a little bit, that's fine. Just take away that draw to the other side.
Yep, so they are going to plug the port, and with the swinginess, they have to do it by crossing center.
Yeah.
Not a shot you practice too much.
No. You notice time's a real issue for them. They're under 3 minutes after the shot. They went into play.
Final stone, the 7th for Fitzgibbon. Just keeping it clean. It needs to take the curl. Always can be a little bit different in the middle.
It's looking okay.
Now it comes.
Yeah, there it goes. You just want to plug this ball.
Right, just about the line. That depth doesn't matter tremendously.
Perfect.
Good, great stone.
So Bartlett's, yeah, they got some pressure here. Do they run the red in and try and play the double, or do they try and play a hack waiter at it? What do they do? Try a heavy draw?
They're trying to, I think they're just trying to draw for 2.
Probably the call. Yeah, you can't take away everything. They took away, I think, the easier of the 2 draws with that guard, so. Pressure shot here. You really like to get your 2.
Final stone of end number 7. Hannah Bartlett. She got 1. Has to make this tough draw around the outside to get her 2. They're on it for the weight and the line. Got to carry it there. It's going to be past the guard, but it does not have enough steam. And it'll be a single point for Bartlett. Fitzgibbon will have the hammer, up 1 when we return.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brown's sitting 2 right
And welcome back. It's the 8th end here of the U20 BC Championships. Fitzgibbon has a 4-3 lead with the hammer. And give us an update on the women's game.
Yeah, it's a tight game. Reese Hansen's up 6-4 against Team Brown, and they're in the 8th end. And right now it looks like Brown is sitting 2 in that game. That's another critical end. Without Brown really needs to get their deuce there if they can.
There's a look of it on the other game, and we are streaming that, of course. At the conclusion of this game, we'll be sending you over to the women's final, and then the trophy presentations will happen after the women's final is completed, and we're just keep it online. We'll automatically send you to all of it. We have technology and things.
And when it works, which I won't jinx ourselves, which I might have just done. Anyways,
yeah. Well, but if you do, it's Connor's fault, so it's okay.
That's fine. Poor Connor. So, Bartlett's going to be going all in for the steal. They have no options here, and see what Fitzgibbon does in response. Both teams are a little tight on time, so it'll be interesting to watch them move through this as quickly as they can.
This one is going to be tight over the hog line.
I like that. Put up a high guard. You have a tight guard. I would have probably preferred it to be a little bit more over, but this rock absolutely has to be top 4, I think.
So you're in the guard-a-thon here. If you're Bartlett, if you're coaching Team Bartlett, when do you advise is your time to move in?
Well, you've got your 2 guards set up now. I think with the next one, depending where this goes, you go in. This rock has to be front house. If it's deep, it's really trouble. It makes it easy for Bartlett to go in with their next. It looks like it is a little bit deep. And it's going to be open anyways, I think. But I think if you're Bartlett now, you go in with this one. Maybe play the hit and roll. Yeah, I think this is the right call right here. I think you gotta play into the rings now. You can put up a guard after this. Fitzgibbon's likely to be peeling after the shot.
just past the guard, but unfortunately past everything.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I wasn't expecting that at all. So Fitzgibbon's doing what we expected. They are going to try and peel the guard. If they can get both, that's even better. But get that one off the center is what they're really looking for. Uh-oh. I see the expression on the skipper's face there. She wasn't thrilled about that, but you might get this little...
Nope, not really.
No.
Okay, call me crazy, which you probably will, but I throw a guard now. I don't.
I don't think I come in yet either. I throw a tight guard on the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna go in. Okay with that, I guess, but I think I'd throw a tight center guard first. But they're feeling that they can get there first. That might be an advantage for them, and they're gonna force Fitzgibbon to chase. That missed peel was unfortunately a crucial mistake.
2 back-to-back, just straight misses.
Yeah. 2 different ways too. One was missed by an overcurl, one was missed by undercurl, right? A little bit straight. So it's a good rock. If it goes back, I think you peel again.
Absolutely.
All right, a little tighter with the ice this time. It's curling a little bit early, so I think you got to go a bit.
Well, I get off the center line. They do jam, but
yeah, you really wanted to roll that one out. It does make the draw harder.
Definitely have to put a guard back here now.
Absolutely. This is where I think time starts coming into factor here. They're rushing a little bit, and I think this is where they start making a few mistakes on perhaps both teams. This was a good shot, though. I mean, the double peel's there now. You definitely have to go at it.
And the timer is being generous on the time.
Yeah, you don't want to see teams getting timed out of games, unfortunately. So.
Although that may be a function of them not clearing the sheet well enough. I remember I was timing a game once, and I had a coach ask me, why has my team got 5 minutes less than the other? I'm like, well, because your guys were walking right down the middle of the sheet on the way back. They didn't give up the sheet. They can't start the clock.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's something we try and teach people who are suddenly under the clock. Hey, get out of the way. Make the other team's clock start running as quick as you can.
Yeah, I can't start the clock until you turn over the sheet.
Yeah. So I expect another guard here. I think that was what it was called.
Yeah, I'd stand by my timers all the time on that. Are they going to get away with it?
Not really. I think you still peel that one off the center. Right?
You're going to have a lonely guard there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate error there. You really need to put up that guard. I'd probably be on this a little bit. I think it's soft enough weight. It's going to curl up. Well, they're carving it. There they go. That's good. Problem with all that shrapnel and all those guards on the left side of the sheet here is that it takes that draw path away. So they just have to keep throwing a good guard here. It's going to be hard for Team Fitzgibbon to get in there and be shot. I think you've put this fairly tight, I think. Okay. Tight to the rings.
I'd agree with that.
Guards on the way. This looks like it's over curling.
And it does. And now you take out the shot stone? I think so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're not going to get a better opportunity than that. And you want to roll it a little bit to the right side of the screen here. I think roll wide. And they're going to be forced to draw to the 4-foot on the other side on their last.
So Erin Fitzgibbon, 2 stones away from sailing this championship.
There they go. Might be a little bit tight.
Off and on, they kind of like it. They're going to make the hit.
Good shot. That's a great shot.
Got a nice amount of roll.
I think it's about as good as you can get. I think the only option that Team Bartlett has here is to draw around. They're going to call it for their interaction, but I really think you have to draw the 4-foot on the behind your guards and see if you can get Erin to chase on her last. I don't see any other options unless you want to try and freeze to something, but that's a hard shot.
Yep, I mean the freeze is obviously very difficult, but it does give you the potential of a rollout, but then you still have that saver in the back, so I think that's okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing the hit and roll. I
think they're throwing the draw.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure. It's hard to tell when they're having a talk with their coach. I think if that's the call, I think that's the right ice for the draw. So,
I'll put it this way: I hope they're throwing the draw.
Yeah, looking at that rock, so I'm almost thinking they're playing the hit and roll. I'm surprised if that's what the call is. If they don't make this roll perfect, it's game over either. Just depends what you like more, I guess. But I think the draw is an easier shot.
So here's Hannah Bartlett with her final.
Doesn't look like a draw to me. It looks like a hit.
Gonna need to make the perfect roll here. Both pressures on it. You make contact and you're just gonna stuff it right there. Give a rip at it for the win here.
Yeah, you don't need to stick around for it. You just need to go away. They don't want the jam. So they are coming in with the intern, which clockwise rotation. It's okay if you feel comfortable with this. It's just I'm a little interested in this ice. Lots of time for the shot. They've got over a minute left. They picked up their pace, so they don't have to rush. Yeah, I'm a little surprised with the call, the hit and roll there. I really think the draw was the better shot to have a chance at stealing, but they still are forcing Erin to throw her last rock.
So Erin Fitzgibbon needs to make this blue stone go away for the game. Final stone of the 8th end. They pick this one up right out of her hand. Can they hold it there? Can they hold it there? Can they get it there?
Yes, they can. They got it.
They jam on their own and still manage to hang on for one. So it is Team Fitzgibbon winning the U20 BC Curling Championship.
Congratulations, repeat champions. Well done to Team Fitzgibbon and well done to Team Bartlett. They had a heck of a week and, it just didn't work out in this last game, but you know what? They should be very proud of their weekend as well. But well done to Team Erin Fitzgibbon and a whole crew, and I'm sure I'll be congratulating them in person next week. Morgan, Ashley, and Era. What a great weekend.
And here's a look at that last shot, Chris.
Yeah, it was a little scary there. They a little bit. That's that coming off the center line. You're never sure if it's going to curl a little bit more, and it did a little bit. And she really worked at it and got enough of it.
Once again, we're going to show the trophy presentation at the conclusion of the women's finals. So we're going to send you right there right now. So for Chris Summers and Connor Sims, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you for watching Curling Stadium.